Well, you know that I had to come out for one of my favorite days on the calendar. It is National Wine and Cheese Day, and at one of our favorite spots in Midtown, 13 Celsius, which Adele Corrigan-Wade, you have been here almost since its conception. The place has been here for 16 years. You've been here for 14, so you know what you're talking about.
I'd like to think so.
So today, what we have done, we have teamed up, well, you guys have teamed up with the Houston Dairymaids and have really selected some delicious cheeses and award-winning cheeses to pair with some of the wines that we can tell our viewers about for today.
We have. We're excited for today. You know, wine and cheese has been really like the backbone of our entire program here. We've got dozens of different cheeses that we source from the Houston Dairymaids, one of our really good friends and purveyors. And they've chosen some really cool cheeses for us today, and I had the fun part of picking out some really exciting wines.
Yeah, the fun part, aka more research like I'm doing today. So we've invited some friends. You guys don't open the doors until 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
But it's going to be a fun day here, especially for National Wine and Cheese Day. So let's talk about the first two cheeses and two wines that you've selected.
So the first cheese is the Silver Lining. This is an ash-pressed goat cheese, and it's from Dripping Springs from a creamery called Pure Luck.
Okay.
So they are local Texas cheese. And so this goat cheese we are going to be pairing with Smith Story Sauvignon Blanc. So
my question, Adele, is how do you know, though, a list of cheeses to pair with which wines? Or is this just something that people can come in and ask you, hey, I like this cheese and I like this wine, can you give me advice?
We can absolutely do it that way. That's easy for us. This one in particular, I was kind of going with the whole pairing rule of if it grows together, it goes together.
Good notes. Okay.
So classically, chèvre or goat cheese originates in France, where the same region that Sauvignon Blanc comes from.
Okay.
So although we're doing a domestic cheese and a domestic Sauvignon Blanc, chèvre and Sauvignon Blanc tend to go really well together.
I love a good goat cheese. I swear, goat cheese, and whether it's a piece of cracker that you have with it or another little bar snack, a little piece of bread, excellent. Okay, that's this, and then this wine was the
Smith Story Sauvignon Blanc. They're based out of Sonoma. Something crisp and clean.
Perfect. I love it. I love that combination. What do we have next?
Okay, so next we're gonna do a red wine, a Cabernet blend. This one's from Bulgari in Tuscany.
Okay.
Big, tannic, and the cheese that we're gonna feature is this 6-year aged cheddar.
Can we also get a look at this brick? It is a full-on brick of cheddar.
A brick of cheese. Gorgeous color. So most cheddars you don't see aged for 6 years. You might see a mild cheddar for a couple months, a sharp cheddar for about a year. What happens when the water concentrates and evaporates out and everything is just left is the beautiful sharpness of this cheese. That's how you get that color.
Silly question for people who don't do a lot of cheesing. What is the black? What is the black on the outside?
This is just a wax on the outside.
Okay.
It's not meant to be consumed. It's just to sort of help keep the shape of the cheese while it was aging.
Okay, my research right now says that these two wines and these two cheeses are delicious. So Adele, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Don't go anywhere because we have an award-winning cheese, a really, really good one coming up in just a little bit. Dee and Derek, I will take some for you guys. Cheers.
Oh my gosh. Hey, and listen, Adele has never led me astray all these years. She knows her stuff, so give her a visit.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much, Lauren.
Welcome back to Houston Life on this National Wine and Cheese Day. Where's our wine and cheese, Deep Brown? So whether you prefer a sharp cheddar, a creamy goat, or a pungent blue cheese, finding the right wine to go with it is always a win.
That is true. And Lauren Kelly has been hanging out in Midtown this afternoon at 13 Celsius with the Houston Dairymaids, getting some tips on a few perfect pairings. Hey, Lauren.
Hey guys, we have definitely borrowed the Houston Dairymaids cheeses here because it's an excellent spot to pair with some of our favorite wines here at 13 Celsius. Adele, you have been so nice into letting me share and learn pretty much about what cheese goes with which wine at one of our favorite spots in town. But before we get to the cheese, I want to talk just in general about 13 Celsius. You guys have been around for so long.
Been here for a long time. I would probably say we were one of Houston's first real wine bars. We've been serving everything at 13 Celsius, which is about 55.5 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
And so everything is stored that way. Our reds are served with a slight chill. We're housed in this gorgeous Mediterranean building. This building's been here since 1926. We've been here for 16 years in the space. It really has sort of its own soul, and especially at night when we open at 4 o'clock every day, you know, people come in for dates, anniversaries, neighbors who are just looking to relax and unwind after work and have a nice glass of wine, and we're happy to provide that.
And people want to probably know who is in the building because you guys don't open open till 4. But we've just hired some of our friends to come in, other people who enjoy wine as much as we do, some friends of ours. Hey guys, are you enjoying the wine and cheese?
Yes.
Yes. That was a loaded question for sure.
I know.
But this has been so much fun because maybe somebody like myself who doesn't know what cheese goes with which wine, or even which wine that I like best, this is a perfect spot to come in and get all that information.
Yeah, we can help you out. We've got over a dozen cheeses that we have on the list every single day. We can, recommend certain wines. We can put together little flights. You can build your own cheese board, and the list is constantly changing as well. We've got things from the Dairymaids that we source that are very special to us, and the list rotates. So
I know that we mentioned this earlier this week, but you said a cheese board. That's absolutely a girl dinner for me. I can make a meal out of a cheese board and add some wine on it for sure.
Me too.
Okay, well, I want to get to this because at first we told everybody about the cheddar, we told everybody about the goat cheese and the 2 wines that went with it, but now we have something very special, an award-winning blue cheese.
Yes, so every year there's the World Cheese Awards, and in 2022, this cheese is a double gold medal winner. It is a cave-aged red wine-soaked blue cheese from Rogue Creamery in Oregon. It's a slightly funky blue, but it's...
Well, I'm noticing right on the outside, you said it was soaked in wine. Is that what this purple kind of coloring is on the outside?
The wine aging on that one.
I know a lot of people are a little bit hesitant when it comes to blue cheese because it smells very strong and it has a very pungent taste, but you have some ways to kind of cut that.
Absolutely. So the idea with the pairings here is that when you have something salty, pair it with something sweet.
Okay.
Those sort of opposites attract. So when you have something kind of funky, if you try it with a little bit of port.
Oh my goodness, that is a great blue cheese. You're talking about award winning, that's excellent.
It is, yeah. Lots of flavor, long finish, nice and creamy.
And you paired it with a port. So for people who don't know what a port is, it's a sweeter.
It's a sweeter dessert wine from Portugal. It is fortified.
Okay.
And so the idea is that the sweetness sort of counterbalances sort of the funky saltiness. And so now you just get the nice creamy flavors and the earthy flavors of this nice cheese.
Aside from the port wine that you can pair with this blue cheese, you also recommended a little bit of honey and a couple of almonds, which kind of cut the flavor as well.
Yeah, so if you didn't feel like drinking alcohol that day, you can always just drizzle a little bit of honey over your blue cheese, and that will have the same effect to help counterbalance out that saltiness.
Okay, very, very cool. That is definitely by far one of the creamiest blue cheeses I have ever tasted. So because it is a gold award winner, I 100% believe that. Now, oh my goodness, that is so good. That is so, so good. Very much recommended. For National Wine and Cheese Day, you do have some specials happening today.
Yes, so we're going to do a flight of all 3 of these wines and all 3 of these cheeses that we have today, starting at 4 o'clock when we open and until we sell out. $25 for those 3.
Totally well worth it. And I also have to know, because you have such a selection here, Adele, and you have so many great things, how do you pick? What is your favorite wine to drink?
Champagne all day.
Okay, all right. Can we
day.
just get a cheers to that? You said the magic words. It was like getting my middle name. Well, cheers, guys. Salud, and thank you. And however you are celebrating safely National Wine and Cheese Day, 13 Celsius is definitely a spot that you should definitely come by. So, Adele, thank you for sharing all of these wonderful and delicious items with us. I don't even know which hand to drink from now, but Derek and T, I'm going to toss it back to you.
You know, Lauren,
the champagne, for
that's,
sure. Yeah.
You don't know which hand to drink from. I have never been so jealous in my life. I guess our invite got lost in the mail, T. Brown.
Yeah, just like those glasses of wine for the show today.
So rude, so rude. We will see you at 4 o'clock there, though. That's a steal, $25. Thanks, Lauren Kelly.